Since the beginning of May, Sparks been hard at work to promote his YouTube channel. One step he took was the rebranding of Sparks TV to Sparks 360. Moreover, because trends are an avenue for new YouTubers to follow, I present to you my 93-part series of asking random people on Reddit what crazy things they did in their life. Enjoy. When I was at work delivering pizza, I found a horde of rats in the back of my car. Disgusting. I found $40 on the road where I walked. I sent it to the bank and later charged me for counterfeit. How unfortunate. When I was a baby, my drunken father would feed me glass by accident only to later say, "You are the bane of my existence." I was playing with my friends when I was a kid until my father, after years of being without him, came out of nowhere and gave me a big hug. It was the first day of my life. I had a male model-like pay teacher who had to start dressing bad and kid shaving to make girls stop having a child may take his first step or say his first real word while at daycare. But we aren't going to tell you a little, but he just looked. I would like kind of prefer that part, thus he makes it more special if I think I saw the first. I had a student I used to work for a popular call for hiring. That water you're about to dive into might not be as deep as you think. Always just step on and swim.
Hello again, viewers. There's a specific community on YouTube that I felt like needed to be discussed. Ask Reddit videos. Simply, it's a video about responses people made on Reddit about certain questions. This ranges from silly situations to scandals to some really dark stuff. Oh, jeez. To this day, the Ask Reddit community has gained a strong position on YouTube. And to my shock, there hasn't been a single critic to go after this community. Though I do see why people may not want to go after them, especially when your subject is about a bunch of robots. But I don't, because to a degree, I carry pity about this community, and so, with the time I have now, I will cover the flaws found in this odd and absurd community. If there's one thing that makes these videos unauthentic, it's that English robot voice that you get from either Natural Reader or Google Translate or whatever.
I broke eye contact by looking down with a tiger yesterday that was behind a fence 3 feet away.
This voice makes these videos so unintriguing to watch. Take Sorrow TV. He does a similar format, only this time he uses his own voice and changes it according to each reading. This what makes his videos authentic.
I haven't. If you haven't tried a product, don't comment on them, as you haven't got a clue.
If you haven't sent money to Nigeria, how do you know you won't receive millions back that you're entitled to?
Largest commercial airliner, the Airbus A380, holds a maximum of 853 people. Autism rate 1 in 88.
You all see what this means, right? It's almost as if the technology, both for flying more people at a time and for diagnosing autism, are advancing.
Also, do you think all these videos came about because they got inspiration from Sorrow? I can't say for sure, but that's a good question to think about. The value in these videos are very low. Let me use economics to justify this claim. Supply and demand. If the quantity of a product is low, the value increases. And if the quality is high, the value decreases. Now let's apply this law to the Ask Reddit community. How many channels are dedicated to this genre? Well, believe it or not, 40 plus channels. Now that's a lot of channels. The value of these videos are even lower when you take into consideration how each channel follows a very similar format to every other Ask Reddit channel. Now let me demonstrate by showing you 6 different videos.
Redditors who have had a near-death experience. What happened? Reddit. What was the creepiest thing you experienced that you thought was paranormal? What was the most horrific game of Truth or Dare you've ever played? What's the best thing that happened to you in Truth or Dare? What's the most up game of Truth or Dare you've ever had? What myth did a company invent to sell their products?
Believe it or not, each of these videos are from completely different channels. This destroys all uniqueness that each of these channels have. Why bother selecting one channel over another when they're going to show you the same content? As a side note, I find this funny knowing that on the top left of each thumbnail there are these medals that somehow show your credibility, but in reality are just prizes you get from their online currency. This goes into my next argument. The internet is a vast place where we can say whatever we want, regardless whether it's the truth. This is especially true with social media sites. Think about it. You are asking random people to provide you their stories to questions with zero credibility back in the responder. These replies don't need to be from people who you know. It doesn't need to be considered true, just as long as it makes for good content. Realizing this, while I was watching these videos, I began to ask myself, why am I doing this? Do I have better things to do with my life? I mean, I could be talking to girls or some. Fun fact, the replies made at the beginning of this video were all typed by me, just thought I'd let you know. The Ask Reddit community is a fad. It's a community staring off into the distance talking about extraordinary stuff that happened in people's lives only to be shot in the back of the... In public speaking, there's something called the rhetorical triangle. It was created by Aristotle to determine how persuasive a speaker is to his or her audience. On it we have ethos, which is a person's credibility, pathos being their emotions, and logos being their logical claims. So in my conclusion, I'm going to judge these videos according to these 3 principles. First, let's start with ethos.
What is the most corrupt thing you've ever experienced? What is your family's darkest secret? Lawyers who read wills to families. What is the most interesting?
Self-explanatory, right? Well, how about pathos?
In Seth's wedding, she's Seth's second of 3 sisters. The eldest sister is a bit of an attention whore and drama queen. The wedding is beautiful. Just absolutely amazing. The bride cousin is the first to be married. And this is clearly bothering the older cousin. The older cousin was also known to be very sexually active with...
Okay, finally logos.
What secret could ruin your life? What secret are you taking to the grave? What insider secrets does the company you work for not want its customers to find out?
Why would someone reply to an Ask subreddit to begin with? Especially if that content is confidential. But by the end of the day, what can I say? It's unlikely this will continue, and will probably end up in the same category as these animated story channels. I thought about making a clean cleanser to this video, but I then thought what better way than have a former YouTube celebrity to share that with you. Take a listen.
Like 100%, and this goes to any YouTubers like watching this and who are like aspiring to do, you know, whatever. Don't limit yourself. That's the issue that I ran into. That's the problem that I ran into. But I started to realize, like around now, that I became like hell-bent on just following these trends in this game, this Minecraft community and everything, because I didn't want, you know, my content to like lose views, and I didn't want to, like, I was obsessed with the money, I'll be honest. I think that it took me a long time to realize that, like, money is just actually just not in everything. I mean, it's helpful to pursue, like, careers and different things that you want to do, but at the same time, too, like, YouTube is supposed to be you, and it took me forever to realize this, and I started wondering, like, oh, why are all my old, like, viewers disappearing, or where is everybody going? And it was because it started to become obvious that it was just about the game and it wasn't about me anymore. And don't ever let your content, you know, like whatever game or genre that you follow, be you.
With all that being said, I covered all the content needed to be discussed in this video. So, with that being said, I need to get back to doing what I do best, and I'll see you next time. Take care.